Arsenal just keep on winning, 7 wins in a row, this time smashing 4-part Leeds United, leaving Arsenal fans very excited. Another statement has been sent. So from Mikel Arteta's attacking machine to Arsenal's new assist king and the return of Gabriel Jesus. As per, let's break it all down and discuss the 5 things we learnt from Arsenal 4, Leeds United 1. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boys channel. I know you guys are doing sensational after the 3 points at the Emirates Stadium for spectacular goals. And we've got a lot to analyze, so as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and help your boy on his road to 200,000 subscribers. We're starting off with goal scoring Granit Xhaka. Not too long ago, there were questions being asked of Granit Xhaka and his ability to play in that midfield number 8, attack the box and make a threat in the final third. And I was one of those guys. But this is where Xhaka excels so much. He continues to surprise so many fans. And it's all because of his mentality. This guy grows and learns and gets better and better. It's why Mikel Arteta has made him a cornerstone of the team. Impact in the final third, well, the questions have been answered. Xhaka scores once again. This guy's becoming a bit of a goal scoring machine now. That's now 4 goals in his last 5 games of clubbing country. With a beautiful message on Instagram, Xhaka reveals the goal was for his wife. I promised my wife a goal for her 30th, so I had to deliver today. Happy birthday. Xhaka's in fantastic form and his performance speaks for it. 1 goal from an XG of 0.18, 59 touches, 48 accurate passes, and 94% passing accuracy. 1 key pass, 1 accurate cross, 3 out of 3 long balls, and 1 big chance created. Once upon a time, a number 6 defensive midfielder. Mikel Arteta has transformed him, and Xhaka has now hit 10 goals and assists in the league for the first time in his Arsenal career. All of his goals have been somewhat similar, arriving into the box, the goal against Sporting Lisbon, the goal against Crystal Palace, and even today. Despite not being as agile as Martin Odegaard, Xhaka is showing an ability to attack the box. One of the most reliable Arsenal players on the ball, off the ball. He's got that vast amount of experience and has the mindset. As Xhaka says, we are looking to ourselves. We don't look at what other teams are doing or scoring. We know we have to win our matches. And in this final stretch of the season where Arsenal are going to have tough moments, the character, the experience and the reliability of Xhaka is going to be so important. His goal was fantastic and it was a lovely header, but it was also a spectacular pass from the Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard. A 7.8 overall rating with 1 assist, 67 touches, 45 accurate passes, 2 key passes, 1 long ball, 1 big chance created, 2 out of 2 dribbles and 6 out of 8 ground duels. The cross itself was from the half space and we see it so often from Man City and Kevin De Bruyne. It's an area where I definitely believe Arsenal can improve upon. Odegaard has shown us in the past he has the quality, and this game was a reminder. That's now 17 goals and assists for the Arsenal captain. If Arsenal do end up doing a spectacular, Odegaard will have a massive shot for Premier League Player of the Year. Him, Xhaka and Partey have formed a formidable midfield, the engine of the team, and everything goes for them. But where do they rank in terms of Premier League midfields? With their levels of consistency and dominance, I don't see a better midfield in the league. Moving on to the second thing, Arteta's attacking machine. Recently, Arsenal have been scoring goals for fun, and Arsenal have now made it 5 league games in a row where they have scored over 3 goals. 18 goals in 5 games. Mikel Arteta's attack is finding perfect form, and it's at a perfect time of the season, and the XG confirms it. Arsenal 3.68 to Leeds' 0.83. Let's have a look at the overall stats. 66% of possession, 640 passes completed, 57 final third entries, and a 4.4 expected threat created. The field tilt as expected in Arsenal's favour, 65% in total. We've seen higher numbers in the past, but in this game Arsenal were decisive on a different level. I love these passing networks. From the Arsenal defence to midfield, it's pretty standard, but once you get into the final third, it's clear to see that there was no obvious striker. Arsenal were entirely focusing out wide, and what they were doing was ripping Leeds apart, and the reason behind that is Leeds normally go for a man-to-man press. In this game it wasn't as intense as normal, but it was still there. But Mikel Arteta's team is elite in terms of positional play. They can rip teams apart, and in this game they took advantage. Even without Bukayo Saka, it kind of played into Arsenal's hands, because Trossard, Jesus and Martinelli is as fluid as it gets. All 3 are able to play out wide, but also down the middle, and almost every single Arsenal goal showcased it. Example 1, the first Arsenal goal, Gabriel Jesus, despite being a striker, he drifts out wide, in comes Martinelli, and Jesus is allowed to maximise his elite dribbling. Even the second Gabriel Jesus goal, He drops down deep on the right hand side now. This time it's Trossard in the centre forward area, and both of them combined to score a lovely third goal. The entire Arsenal front five contributed to a goal or assist today. Everyone ate fantastically. It's all down to fluidity and movement, and this is where I think Mikel Arteta is different to Pep Guardiola. Whereas Pep likes to keep his players in their positions, at Arsenal it's different because Mikel Arteta allows his players a certain level of freedom. That's why the Jesus that you're seeing at Arsenal is different to the one at Man City. He's allowed to express himself because Mikel Arteta understands to truly maximise the player, Jesus needs the freedom to drift that wide. Arsenal are unpredictable. Teams don't know where to be and who to mark, and Arsenal are now scoring goals at a different level because the players now truly understand how to maximise Mikel Arteta's tactics. Mikel Arteta has essentially fused Pep Guardiola's positional play tactics with a little sprinkle of the fluid football of Arsene Wenger. Moving on to the third thing, Arsenal's assist king. Going into this game, there was a massive shock for Arsenal fans. The news that for the first time in 485 days, Bukayo Saka was not going to start a Premier League game for Arsenal. Instead, he was left on the Arsenal bench, and the reason behind that, according to Marky Man Byron's, Saka was unwell and didn't train yesterday. That's nothing too serious, thankfully, but in terms of myself, I was a bit excited to see this new front three of Trossard, Jesus and Martinelli, and oh boy did it deliver. Leandro Trossard was at it once again, and he is turning into the assist king. 7 assists now in his last 6 Premier League games. He's now only behind Kevin De Bruyne in terms of assists from open play. The potential signing of the January transfer window for £21 million, that's looking like quite a bargain. And what a season Trossard's having. 7 goals and 7 assists for Arsenal and Brighton. That puts him on the same amount of goal contributions as Marcus Rashford. To say he's underrated is a bit of an understatement. Every single Arsenal game he started, Arsenal have won, and to see his combination play in connection with Gabriel Jesus, you wouldn't know this is the first time these guys have played together. There was a natural chemistry, and that's what Trossard provides his Arsenal team. Combination play. He's got a lovely low centre of gravity, understanding of space, and he's got the creativity to back it. When Mikel Arteta was asked in your wildest dreams, could you have imagined Trossard making such an impact? Mikel's response, I have very wild dreams. The meltdowns after Arsenal missed out on Mykhailo Mudryk are long gone in the memories because of Leandro Trossard. That Premier League experience he had going into it has allowed him to adapt into the Arsenal team straight away, and maybe shows to Arsenal why they should sign more players out of the Premier League in the future. But in terms of the standout Arsenal attacker, that for me was Gabriel Jesus, as Easter arrived a week early and Jesus finally scored a goal, 2 to be exact, and he was awarded the official Premier League man of the match. It has been a very long time since Jesus last scored, to be exact. His first Arsenal goals since October the 1st in the North London derby, exactly 6 months to the day. But when it rains it pours, and Jesus put up a fantastic performance. An 8.3 rating, 2 goals from a 1.92 XG, 4 successful dribbles, 1 penalty won, 1 big chance missed, 52 touches, 25 accurate passes, 1 key pass, and 7 out of 12 ground duels. Those numbers summarize Gabriel Jesus the player. This guy is just chaos, and he says I want to score every game, but sometimes it can't happen. I am more happy with the 3 points than the goals. But make no mistake, the goals are important, and you can see it on the face of Gabriel Jesus. The relief after scoring. This means so much in terms of the confidence and the emotion. But I've always said he's more than just goals, and why I love him so much is because he's so fun to watch. This guy loves to entertain. Whether you're watching him in the stadium or on TV, he's always so fun to watch. Your eyes are glued to him because this guy always causes trouble. In the current day we've got so many emotionless robots, Jesus is my type of player. But you also can't forget about Gabriel Martinelli, who made 4 successful dribbles in the first half, the most out of any player on the pitch. We have to talk about a sublime assist, a lovely cross to Ben White. Martinelli's actually a very underrated creator. Despite only having 3 assists, his expected assists are a lot higher, 6.88, one of the highest in the Premier League and the second highest at Arsenal. But what about Bukayo Saka, who came off the Arsenal bench? And here he was after the game, celebrating being nominated the March Premier League Player of the Month. To have the likes of Bukayo Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe and Fabio Vieira off the bench, Arsenal have attacking depth now. And Mikel Arteta now has a bit of a problem. You'd expect Bukayo to go straight back into the Arsenal team, but who drops out? The informed Trossard, the informed Jesus, or the informed Martinelli? Comment down below your front threes for the game against Liverpool. Moving on to the fourth thing, and that is the best right back in the league, and we are talking about Benjamin White, Benny Blanco. Another solid performance, a 7.2 rating, his second goal of the season, 4 clearances, 3 tackles, 6 ground duels and 1 aerial duel, as well as 49 accurate passes. When it comes to consistency and just current form, I don't think there is a better right back in the league. It's still surreal to me what Mikel Arteta has turned him into. A centre back signed for £50 million, heavily scrutinised and seen as overpriced, into the best right back in the Premier League. He's not as powerful as a Gabriel Magalhaes, as fast as a William Saliba, but what makes Ben White so special is his ability ability to learn. Mikel Arteta has spoken about this in the past and we can now see it. The way he's become so comfortable in that final third and now causing issues. His second goal of the season, he has now scored more league goals than Richarlison, Wout Weghorst and Jamie Vardy combined. It's about time Ben White gets his flowers, and he's pretty decent for a player that doesn't even watch the game. When asked on if you watch Man City vs Liverpool, Ben White says, "I don't watch football. I was just focused on the game that we had today, and that's it." We've heard this in the past. Ben White is not a fan of watching football but loves to play football. But ultimately all we should care about is his on-the-field performances, and right now, they're pretty decent. You also had back-to-back starts for Rob Holding, and he put in a decent performance with a 7.0 rating. 4 clearances, 1 block shot, 1 tackle, 1 out of 1 ground duel and 4 out of 5 in the air. 58 accurate passes and 5 long balls completed. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was decent enough. But it's also as is to be expected against a team like Leeds. The player that Arsenal of course are missing is William Saliba, currently nursing a back injury, and here he was on the Arsenal bench in attendance to support his Arsenal teammates. Clearly very happy with the performance of Granit Xhaka. In terms of the Saliba update, right now it's all over the place, but there have been some reports claiming that Arsenal are trying to find a way to have Saliba available for the game at Anfield. But how fit is he going to be? How match sharp is he going to be? Because that game won't be easy, and there definitely right now is a bit of a defensive concern, and yet another home game where Arsenal haven't kept a clean sheet. As Mikel Arteta says after the game, he said Ramsdale is right to be annoyed after the goal, saying we have to defend the box better. Having a tight defense wins you titles, and right now at home Arsenal are a bit sloppy. The concerns aren't massive, but when you're fighting up against a machine like Man City, you can't have chinks in your armour. It's not what champions want, and now that massive game at Anfield is going to pose a massive question. If Saliba is fit and available, is Mikel Arteta going to start him over the more match sharp Rob Holding? Moving on to the fifth thing, and that is the title is calling. Arsenal fans right now deserve to be happy and should be smiling, because right now Arsenal are having a tremendous season. With 23 wins, Arsenal already have more points than last season and more wins, and Arsenal are now 3 more wins away from equaling the total wins of the Invincibles. Arsenal right now are pulling clear, 34 points ahead of Chelsea, 30 points clear of Liverpool, 23 of Spurs and 22 points ahead of Man United. It's now mathematically impossible for 11th place Chelsea to finish above Arsenal. Arsenal are flying, the rivals are crying, and Mikel Arteta is shining. With 7 wins in a row, it's Arsenal's longest ever winning run under Mikel Arteta. The timing of these results are very important. It all comes after the defeat to Man City at the Emirates Stadium, where so many people gave up, but this Arsenal team didn't. They fought back, and that win against Aston Villa turned everything around. This team has now showcased the character to bounce back in an important part of the season, and that's what champions do, and that is the aim. With 72 points now, Arsenal pull 8 points clear of Man City in second, who still have 1 game in hand, and that's 72 points out of 29 games is so impressive. It's better than all of Pep Guardiola's seasons, apart from their Centurions. But Man City of course have responded, before the Arsenal game winning 4-1 against Liverpool. No Haaland, no problem. Man City are now starting to pick up form, and with the way that Pep Guardiola is celebrating and the passion he's showcasing, you can definitely see he's getting locked in, and Arsenal now have some massive games coming up. The next 5 is Liverpool away, West Ham away, Southampton at home, Man City away and Chelsea at home, and even after that Newcastle away, Nottingham Forest away. If we're going to win the title, it's not going to be easy, but it's not meant to be easy. But let's not forget, at the start of the season everyone believed that Arsenal weren't in a title race and we were the elephant that were going to fall down. Well, the elephant refuses to fall, and the games that we have are definitely going to be hard, but Arsenal also have the best away record in the Premier League. So going to Anfield's not easy, but Arsenal are going there with the right form. If we can go there and get a result, maybe a win or even a draw, one of the biggest tests of the season, and if Arsenal can pass it, it will be 8 games left and the dream of the Premier League title could be in touching distance. But game by game we take it, continue to move in silence. What did you guys make of this game, and who were your standout Arsenal players? And how much do you believe on a scale of 1 to 10? But that is the video there and there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the 5 things we learned from Arsenal 4, Leeds United 1. Another massive 3 points in the bag, step towards the Premier League title. 9 games to go, Arsenal fans, fasten your seatbelts. We're entering the final stretch, and I will see you soon. Take care, in a bit.